This is an ADL apartment. It's called Activities of Daily Living, and that's what occupational therapy is all about, getting people back to doing those life roles again.
The ADL apartment is part of the Medical Rehabilitation Center at HealthSource Saginaw. Located off Main Street, the apartment helps those with disabling conditions to get back to normalcy.
We take people in here and basically work on things that they were used to doing at home. So if they were used to making the bed and dusting, we have them in the bedroom doing that. If they were used to vacuuming, we can have them vacuum, we can have them cook.
The Rehabilitation Center has 38 licensed inpatient beds housed in our beach neighborhood. In and out patients are all guided by a caring team in a 7,000 square foot state-of-the-art gym like no other in the region.
It livens everybody up, I'll tell you that. The patients come in here, they're excited, they're just sunlight. Natural light and not fluorescence, which we have here, is wonderful. Just lifts everyone's spirits.
Led by a board-certified physiatrist, the rehab team knows that recovery can be tough, which is made easier by a friendly personality.
In a lot of ways, the doctoring part is really the assessment of the patient and how have their problems been resolving and are they doing the right part of it. But more often, I feel like a coordinator, like I'm coordinating the care and the family and the patient and their lifestyle and trying to make that all one neat bundle.
It's becoming their friend too. You know, you build a relationship with your patient and then they'll work harder for you. Sometimes we got to push them, sometimes we got to slow them down. So it's kind of a give and take with our patients. It depends on how motivated they are.
From the standpoint of patient care, I think our physical rehab area, specializing in really brain injuries, strokes, is probably the leader in this area in terms of those conditions. I don't say probably, I would say that they are.
Rehabilitative care strengthens the body with at least 3 hours of therapy each day. But at HealthSource, it doesn't always seem routine.
We try to get patients to do activities that are important to them so they don't realize actually the therapy that they're doing. We have a lot of people who enjoy playing cards, so we may put some weights on their arms and have them stand at the table and play a card game where if we just had them stand at the table and put weights on, they would be watching the clock. But sometimes we can get people to stand for maybe 10 minutes and play a game where they had no idea what they were actually doing.
Awarded the Gold Seal of Approval by the Joint Commission, HealthSource Saginaw's Medical Rehabilitation Center is often referred for patients of stroke, spinal cord injuries, amputations, and neurological disorders. We also specialize in speech and swallowing difficulties.
Part of a speech language pathologist's role is not only to figure out what's not working and help that to improve, but to provide information so that people understand what they're dealing with.
Much of Rita's work involves patients who have had strokes. Here, clients can work on language development and thought organization. With over 30 years' experience, Rita thrives in the variety of people she can help.
It's what keeps me coming to work. Every patient that I work with is different. They are their unique personalities, and my job is to figure out what's wrong, what's not working, and how can we make it better. So to me, that's fun.
Probably the biggest payoff is when the patient becomes satisfied and when they rely on me less. So it's not that I finally got them to walk 150 feet, it's that they say, I can finally walk 150 feet, or I can finally walk in my house, or I can get up out of my bed on my own. I'm not calling anybody anymore. So when they're satisfied, then I know I did my job.
The satisfaction of someone going home after 3 weeks of hard rehab here, 3 hours a day. They put the time in and then they finally get to go home. They haven't been home maybe in 3 months because they were in the hospital before this. There's so many success stories. I can go on and on about it.
You have a choice when it comes to your rehabilitation, and our staff knows that their longevity speaks volumes on why HealthSource should be part of your recovery.
The majority of our staff have been here 20+ years, and that is a good thing in the fact that they love what they're doing or they would be looking for a job somewhere else, and the fact that it's a good thing for the patients coming in because of all the expertise and all of the different areas that they have taken care of patients, so it makes them very well-rounded to provide care.
The staff that work here have a pretty long length of stay, and that's a good question to ask if you happen to be wondering about a good program. How long has your staff been here? or what's the average length. So good people, good program, good philosophy. It's a good location. We have a beautiful new building. The facility is great, very accessible to our patients and families, and it's just a lovely way for us to provide a service to this community.